Good evening, I'm Michael and you're watching Kini News, the show that brings you today's biggest stories. Pakatan Harapan may be looking forward to initiating a vote of no confidence against Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, but a word of caution from past top leader. Pakatan Harapan claims that it has the support of quite a few MPs, so when Parliament reconvenes in May, it will attempt to initiate a no confidence vote against Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin. However, according to past President Abdul Hadi Awang, a vote of no confidence against Muhyiddin would have bigger implications.
Dan akhirnya majoriti rakyat Malaysia Timur bersama mendukung pandangan yang terbaik, iaitulah memilih Najib Abdul Razak yang menyelesaikan masalah. Dan akhirnya Yang Di-Pertuan membuat pengumuman dan berisyarat. Oleh kerana itu mereka yang cuba balik nak ungkit, nak buat undi tak percaya pada tuanku lah. Tu tajuk penting, tak percaya pada tuanku.
As of now, the actual number of MPs who support Muhyiddin cannot be ascertained and would likely only be proven when Parliament reconvenes in May. PAS is the third largest party in Muhyiddin's government with 18 MPs. The largest is UMNO with 39 seats, followed by Bersatu with 30. Meanwhile, Hadi said good Pakatan Harapan policies will be maintained by Muhyiddin's new government. However, one of the country's top lawyers disagrees with the past president. Here's the other side of the story. Activist Ambiga Srinivasan said the Perikatan Nasional should not worry about a no-confidence vote against Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin if the coalition has the required support of federal lawmakers. The former Malaysian Bar president also disagreed with past President Abdul Hadi Awang. She said a vote of no confidence is not tantamount to disrespecting the young di-Pertuan Agong. She explained that Malaysia practices a constitutional democracy where the federal constitution is supreme. The role of the Agong in such situations is clearly set out. Parliament's role is also set out. She said this is particularly important when the number of MPs supporting a leader as Prime Minister seem to be going back and forth. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, Ambiga said a vote of no confidence will provide certainty and stability. Ambiga also said that all quarters have a responsibility not to mislead the public on the role of the monarchy and parliament. Doing so, she argued, would be a disservice to the king who has completed his duties under the constitution. After the resignation of Toby Thomas, another high-profile civil servant has quit. This time it's MACC's Latifah Koya. MACC Chief Commissioner Latifah Koya has tendered her resignation after holding the post for only 9 months. In a statement this morning, she confirmed that she had submitted a letter conveying her intention to resign as Chief Commissioner of the MACC to Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, which is subjected to the approval of His Majesty the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Latifah said the decision was her own and denied speculation that there was pressure for her to quit. She added that she hopes to return to her legal practice as a human rights advocate. Previously, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad unilaterally appointed Latifah when he was Prime Minister. Her appointment to helm the commission courted controversy as it circumvented the Parliamentary Special Select Committee on Public Appointments. The former PKR leader and executive director for the rights group Lawyers for Liberty expressed confidence her resignation would not affect MACC's fight against corruption, irrespective of the position or political allegiance of the perpetrators. Her resignation comes a week after Attorney General Tommy Thomas resigned following the collapse of the Harapan government. Azmin Ali may be out of PKR, but according to a group of party youth members, there are still several people who should be given the boot. A group of PKR youth members have demanded the sacking of 18 traitors in the party who are linked to former Deputy President Azmin Ali. PKR Youth Secretary Ahmad Shukri Che Razab said the traitors had led to the downfall of the government, which was chosen by the people.
Memorandum ini akan kita serahkan kepada 2 wakil daripada lembaga disiplin dan juga Majlis Pimpinan Pusat. Harapan kita ialah 18 nama yang kita senaraikan dalam memorandum ini segera disiasat dan diambil tindakan sewajarnya.
However, Shukri did not reveal the names of the 18 individuals to the press. According to Shukri, they caused problems in the past and are followers of former Deputy President Azmin Ali. He said they respected PKR President Anwar Ibrahim's position in wanting to forgive the individuals, but disagreed with him as being tolerant was no longer suitable in the current situation. Tengku Adnan's net worth made headlines recently, but according to Najib Abdul Razak, it's all legitimate. BN Secretary General Tengku Adnan Tengku Mansur's wealth has been a hot topic this week after his previous asset declarations to 3 prime ministers was revealed during his corruption trial. Many have questioned how Tengku Adnan could be at one time be worth close to 1 billion ringgit. This has led former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak to come out in Tengku Adnan's defence. Najib said Tengku Adnan was a trading partner of tycoon Vincent Tan and held shares in big companies such as the defunct newspaper Watan and Mutiara Telecommunications. He cited the source of this information to Malaysia's political economy, politics, patronage and profits by prominent economist Edmund Terence Gomez in 1997. Najib explained that during the 90s, Malaysia's stock market was bullish, and that was when Tengku Adnan increased his wealth. In his Facebook page, Najib also pointed out that at the time the Prime Minister was the 4th PM, while the Finance Minister was the, quote, forever PM in waiting. Najib was referring to Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and Anwar Ibrahim, who are currently both opposition MPs. We've seen the situation in Selangor, Melaka, Johor, but what about Penang? Out of the 40 seats in the Legislative Assembly, the opposition only has 3 seats. So Harapan is looking pretty comfortable, especially with Bersatu reps deciding to support the existing state government. Bersatu Assemblypersons in Penang have pledged their support to the Pakatan Harapan government. Speaking on behalf of the duo, Teluk Bahang representatives, Zulkifli Lazim said, quote, "We reiterate our stand to continue to support Harapan." He said they contested in the 2018 general election and was given the mandate to fight against kleptocrats to rebuild Malaysia. Zulkifli said the 2 elected representatives are with former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and Penang Bersatu chairperson Marzuki Yahya. He added that they will fulfill the people's mandate and will continue to stay with Harapan. He was responding to Penang Chief Minister Chow Kon Yeow, who asked the duo to decide whether they prefer to be friendly to Harapan or join the opposition, who are BN and PAS, with a total of 3 seats in the state. Including Bersatu, Harapan has 37 elected representatives in the 40-member State Legislative Assembly. Yesterday, Chow said Zulkifli and Bertam Skalik Mehtab Muhammad Ishak needed to decide as their party quit Harapan at the national level. Coming up next, we take a look at the worsening coronavirus situation in the United States. Thousands of refugees from Turkey are being turned away by Greece. All that and more after this. Our next story is brought to you by Blue Air. Is the coronavirus situation in the United States under control? I guess it depends how you define control. The coronavirus outbreak spread across the United States on Thursday, with 4 new states confirming new cases. The death toll rose to 12 in the US, with the latest fatality recorded in Washington state, where 6 people have died in an outbreak at a nursing facility in a Seattle suburb. At least 57 new cases of the coronavirus were confirmed nationwide on Thursday, as the virus struck for the first time in Colorado, Maryland, Tennessee and Texas, as well as the city of San Francisco. In San Francisco, coronavirus test kits were delivered at sea by helicopter to an ocean liner, which had been barred from entering to port in San Francisco. At least 35 people on board the cruise ship Grand Princess had developed flu-like symptoms.
There are 2,383 passengers on board the ship and 1,100 crew members. Of that, a total of 35 have shown flu-like symptoms during the course of this 15-day cruise. Many of those people have recovered and are no longer showing flu-like symptoms. Testing protocols are being put into place on the ship for those passengers and crew that have shown flu-like symptoms or may have been exposed to the virus, and that is happening today.
Yesterday, California Governor Gavin Newsom said that the ship would be kept offshore until passengers and crew who have fallen ill can be tested for possible coronavirus infection. As in other countries, Americans faced a new reality where they were often asked to stay home, schools were closed, large gatherings and sporting events cancelled, and stores emptied for staples like toiletries and water. More than 3,200 people nationwide have died from the respiratory illness that can lead to pneumonia. Singapore Minister Lawrence Wong, who co-heads the country's virus-fighting task force, said that the coronavirus outbreak is starting to look like a global pandemic. Thousands of refugees from Turkey are being turned away by Greece. Here's an update on that situation. Greece has driven back nearly 35,000 migrants trying to cross into its territory illegally since Turkey opened its border nearly a week ago. They are also preparing to deport hundreds of others who made it through. Thousands of migrants have made for Greece since Turkey announced on February 28 that it would let migrants cross its border into Europe, going back on a commitment to hold them in its territory under a 2016 deal with the European Union. On Thursday, Turkey's Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu announced the deployment of 1,000 special police to the area to halt the pushback of migrants towards its territory. He said Turkey was preparing a case at the European Court of Human Rights over Greece's treatment of migrants and accused Greek forces of wounding 164 people and pushing back nearly 5,000 into Turkey. On March 1st, Greece announced that it would not accept any new asylum applications for a month following the build-up of migrants at the border. Greece and the European Union have accused Turkey of helping the migrants to cross the border as a way of pressuring Brussels into offering more money or supporting Ankara's goal in the Syrian conflict. Turkey, which already hosts 3.6 million Syrian refugees, faces another influx amid increased fighting in northwest Syria, says it cannot take in any more people. A spokesperson for President Tayyip Erdogan said that he had discussed the migrant issue with senior EU officials in Ankara on Wednesday, but the Europeans had made no concrete proposition on how to resolve the crisis.
And here are more headlines from today. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching.